So topical back with another video. I'm Strange Wang. He is Nate. Today we are going to be doing a tier list for Disney films. Everybody loves Disney films, including him and I.
True.
He's going to run down the categories and tell you how our rules for our tier list, and we'll get into it.
Say rolling around, sitting on doves, can't lie, I was high on shrubs.
So the tiers are excellent, great, good, watchable, trash, and then at the bottom is just like in case neither of us have seen one, which like that'll probably happen at some point. But a movie, we pick one at a time, we talk about it, we say where we think it should go. If we disagree, we generally split the difference. If we're only one apart, then we just hash it out. We don't normally do rock, paper, scissors on tier lists, but you know, if we really disagree, then so be it. But first up, we have Ralph Breaks the Internet, which I've never seen. I've seen Wreck-It Ralph. I have not seen the sequel.
It kind of has like a race Mad Max-esque theme to it, if I'm thinking of it correctly. They like get into this like rated M racing game style. Because I had to think about it, I'm gonna go watchable.
Okay.
I don't remember thinking it was trash.
Yeah.
But I don't remember it.
Yeah.
So
Wreck-It Ralph's great. I love that movie. But I haven't seen the sequel. Zootopia, which I'm going to defer to you because I've seen 2/3 of this movie and then just like because life, have never gone back and finished it.
Well, you got a child now, so
yeah,
give it 3 or 4 years.
Right.
Great. I love this movie. It's, you might say it's dumbed down with all the animals and their stereotypes, but to me, I love that, and I think for Ian, I got hair in my mouth.
You got enough of it.
Kids movie and whatnot.
Oh my god.
What?
You'd probably have no idea who this is, but I just realized that with your blonde hair, you kind of look like Chad Kroeger, who's the lead singer for Nickelback.
He has curly hair.
Doesn't he? He might. It's just, you kind of look like him.
Yeah, I know who that is. Rockstar came out.
Yeah.
Rockstar came out. I know what Nickelback is.
I know you know who Nickelback is. You just might not have known who Chad Kroeger is.
I felt like with Dying at Blonde, I would get what's that dude's name? Played for Clemson, Lawrence Taylor. No, that's definitely not
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
but because like if I wear a hat, you can't tell I have brown hair. I don't remember what we were talking about.
You were talking
next.
You were talking about Zootopia, and how a lot of people don't like it because of animals. But
I love it.
You like it. It's great. 101 Dalmatians. I'd say good.
Yeah.
Like, personally.
Classic.
Yeah. Like, I don't really have any complaints about it. It just doesn't, like, go over the top for me. Like this next movie.
Yeah.
Which is Aladdin. Which I would say is excellent. This is my favorite Disney movie.
I would also agree.
I love Aladdin. Alice in Wonderland.
Good classic. I mean...
Yeah. Yeah, so like I've read the book before. I really enjoyed the book. To take a gamble on something this weird and like make a kids movie about it, I actually have a lot of respect for Disney for that.
And it's probably the best adaptation you're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. So, I think good. Atlantis.
I haven't seen this movie since
really?
The 2000s.
Yeah. Atlantis is like a really, really, really good movie.
Ambitious. I remember being super ambitious.
Right. And again, it's just like such a different take on something. And it feels super original when you watch it. It is very funny. You get this kind of like ensemble cast feel of it with all the crew, and everyone has their own personality, and they all work really, really well. And I like the stakes that are in the movie. They feel very high, and the payoff's really good. I don't think it's quite excellent, but I definitely think that Atlantis is great. Bambi.
I hate Bambi, dog.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, man.
That movie's trash.
I'm not a huge fan of that movie either. It's like, it's so early on, in like Disney's like feature film catalog that it gets so much respect. But I genuinely don't think that Bambi's that great of a movie. Beauty and the Beast.
Great.
Yeah, I agreed. I love that movie.
How they're able to get so much into a time frame that is a kid's movie.
Yeah.
So you want to keep their attention, and like the character arcs is done very well.
Yeah. Beauty and the Beast, like, I think great's the right spot. For me, it is like borderline excellent.
And like
the music in that movie is incredible. Like
Gaston, top 5 Disney villains.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. He's just like also not your typical Disney villain. So first of all, this like flips the villain thing because you know, if it's your first time ever watching it and you didn't look at the cover of the movie, then obviously the Beast is painted as the bad guy.
Yeah.
But this one's just really interesting because I think there's actually some things to dissect in this movie. So it's like, I understand the entire town is under a spell, but like also like all these people know from Gaston is that Belle, one of their beloved town members, was captured by this giant man beast thing. So it's like their reaction, pretty understandable, you know? So, like, because people paint this as like a don't judge a book by its cover type movie, but it's like, I don't think they're judging a book by its cover. If I saw something that looked like the Beast around, I would be freaked out also. Yeah. And like, maybe if I got knocked out and then woke up in his castle and then was kind of forced to get to know him, I would change my tune. But like, kind of tough to blame him. Anyways, really, really good movie. Be our guest. Big Hero 6.
I'll say it's good.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's like, it borders on a little too goofy for me at points.
See, I was going to say it borderlines, like, it could be great.
Yeah.
But, because Baymax, when it hit, it was like that year's thing. And then it just, like, went away.
Yeah. Bolt.
I ain't never seen that.
I've seen Bolt once. And I remember not hating it when I watched it, but also wasn't really watching it. I was on vacation with my family, and the house we had a ping pong table. And so I was playing ping pong, and Bolt was on in the background, and so like I kind of caught chunks of it. So I don't remember like being disinterested, so I'm going to say watchable. Brother Bear.
I don't remember thinking about that movie. That's not, one's not really a bear. It's a human.
Yeah.
Turns into a bear.
I think it's good. I mean, like, some solid man versus, like, man and nature themes. Pretty heartfelt. I think it's alright. Chicken Little.
Trash.
Yup. Cinderella. See, to me, this is watchable.
Yeah, I was thinking watchable or good.
Yeah.
Because, like, how do I put this? It does everything very good that it's almost boring.
Yeah. I mean, and maybe it's just like, again, time has a lot to do with this. Cinderella gets so much love, and I'm not saying it doesn't deserve it, but it's like it was so early. Like, the amount of people that have grown up with this movie is insane. And so it's like, it gets a lot of respect for that. If we're really like dissecting how good the movie is, especially in comparison to all the other movies that we have, which is kind of what you have to do when you're making a tier list, I'd say it's watchable. Yeah. But Dinosaur. Have you ever seen
recently
Dinosaur?
Watched this. I remember the hand puppets from Burger King, McDonald's.
I think it was Burger King.
I remember having one of those. I remember watching it when I was a kid. I have a very young child in my life who loves dinosaurs. Yeah. And I remember the hand puppet. I was like, oh, let's watch this. This movie sucks. Really bad. Unwashed toes.
Yeah, it's real bad. I, at one point in time in my life, was a young child who also loved dinosaurs, and I remember my grandma taking me to see this in theaters. And even then, like, kids, they can watch a bad movie and think it's the best thing in the world. Yeah. I still remember being like,
that's how you know
not
sucks.
Like, I was not in love with that movie when I left the theater. And I can't remember what year this came out, like 96?
Nah.
After, later?
That was 99, brother.
Was it?
If I can remember it.
Yeah, regardless, I was young enough to where any movie should have had me coming out of a movie theater stoked, and I was not stoked coming out of that movie. So, Strange World.
Movie gets too much hate because the renaissance of like Disney's bangers, it just didn't compete with them.
Yeah. I never seen it, so
it's got your boy Dennis Quaid in it.
Oh.
It's watchable. Also, Dennis Quaid is Ronald Reagan.
Oh.
Saw that on a movie poster today, and I was like, when the fuck did this come out?
Nice.
But it's in theaters right now, so.
Yeah. Wish.
Trash. I hate this movie. This movie sucks so bad.
I've never seen it.
The villain's right. That girl's fucking delusional. Like, I'm not one to be like...
That's awesome.
I'm not one to be like, oh, like... I don't get political. I don't vote. I don't look at the candidates and what they have to say. But that's also, like, it's a lot of PC bullshit, unrealistic, delusional shit that I wouldn't want my child to learn.
Oh. Okay.
So...
Well, now that makes me want to watch it, because now I'm interested.
It made my top 10 worst movies of the year.
Nice.
Like, I hate that movie.
Yeah. Dumbo.
Watchable.
Yeah, it's like, I almost want to say good, but the only reason I want to say it is because Dumbo also has, like, some really, really weird stuff in it.
Yeah.
And I just
doesn't flow super
always really appreciate that risk, because I love that stuff. And those are the scenes from Dumbo that like stick out to me the most. It's also actually a pretty dark movie for a Disney movie.
I just think it's a little goofy.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think watchable's right, but I just like am giving it its props of there are some things that I really like about Dumbo. And I understand why they wanted Tim Burton to make a live action. It just is unfortunate that it was terrible.
Yeah, and unfortunately it wasn't 30 years ago too.
Yeah. Encanto.
Have you seen this film?
I still have not seen this movie. I've heard the music, for sure.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Bruno. I'm stuck between great and excellent. I don't think it's as good as Aladdin, so I'm going to go great. I think the message this film has...
Well, I mean, if the criteria for excellent is as good as Aladdin...
Well, let's be real. Good as Aladdin and Lion King, we just haven't got Lion King yet.
Sure.
So...
I mean, there's like at least one more that I would make a pitch for excellent.
Yeah, I got a feeling I know what it is too. Did I touch you?
You did.
I was like, that couch feels weird, dude. Sorry. I just love all the characters, the different atmosphere with the cultural differences this movie brings to the table. Like, makes this movie fresh and interesting, and I love the music because it's different because of the cultural aspects in it.
Yeah.
So I will settle on great.
Okay.
TBD might change.
I'm pretty sure you've never seen either of these.
No.
So I'm just going to talk about Fantasia and Fantasia 2000 at the same time. I want to
see Fantasia. Though.
Because they are basically the same movie, but Fantasia 2000 just has like a couple extra things in it. Yeah. Almost like, I mean, they are movies, but that's not really what it is. It's a celebration of classical music set to Disney animations, sometimes featuring familiar faces, sometimes not. I grew up watching the original Fantasia a lot when I was like very little. I think it's a great movie to put on for like kids because you're introducing them to music that they will probably never hear otherwise, and also like attached to visuals that are entertaining for them. So I'm going to put both of them in the good category because they do what they're trying to do perfectly, but they're also not like actual like start to finish movies. Frozen.
I haven't seen either of these.
Yeah, really? Okay. Yeah, so in all honesty, I got really annoyed by Frozen just because of like the cultural phenomenon that it was. But if I'm being honest, Frozen, it's a great movie. It's really good.
But Frozen 2.
Well, I've never seen it. So we have our first one in the never seen category.
Yeah.
Fun and fancy free.
Well, that makes another one.
Another one. Hercules.
I'm assuming this is your excellent.
This is my other excellent. I think this movie is so good. Like, voice performances, incredible. Story, super interesting. I also just find, like, mythology in general incredibly interesting. But the music from this movie is also just, like, wildly good. Yeah. And it's also funny, man. Like, this is just that movie's so funny.
Yeah.
Sold.
You got excellent on that. Because, like, if you look for it, not look for it, that was making sense. If you look at it,
Yeah.
as it's like a bland on paper, you know how they do, actually, this is a better example. You know how they compare Star Wars and Harry Potter and say it's the same franchise?
Yeah.
Same thing with Hercules and Aladdin.
Yeah, but, like, Disney has a very clear formula. And they break it occasionally. But, like...
But, like, that's, like, on point.
But, yeah, Atlantis.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Zero to Hero is, like...
No, I'm talking about, like, you got the monkey, you got the Pegasus, you got the girl, you got the deceit element inside. Obviously, it's with different characters.
Sure.
But, like...
Yeah, I mean, I
the comic relief parrot, the
they
demons.
are maybe more comparable in a lot of ways than some other Disney movies. But, but all of those things are still... consistent Disney tropes. I mean, you know, like Cinderella probably invented the animal sidekick.
Yeah.
You know, you got Mushu.
Little Mushu.
You know, Beauty and the Beast, instead of animals, it's talking teapots. Olaf, and, you know.
Yeah.
Home on the Range.
I haven't seen it.
Me neither.
I think I'm glad I haven't. That poster looks terrible.
Lady and the Tramp.
Not a fan of dogs.
Have you seen the movie, though?
Yeah, when I was little.
Okay.
Obviously, like, it has that scene.
Yeah. I think it's watchable, personally.
Watchable? I mean, you seen it last time. I haven't.
Lilo and Stitch.
People love Stitch.
Dude, yeah. When this movie came out, man, like, it was insane.
I'm gonna go watch one, though. I don't...
Really?
I think it has some good scenes.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of mediocreness in between those good to great scenes.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen this movie in probably over 10 years.
I probably seen it a month ago.
Yeah.
Very recent.
Yeah, I would have said good, but I haven't seen it in 10 years, so I don't really have an argument to put up. Make Mine Music.
I will say it's their first taking from another culture.
Are you talking about Lilo and Stitch?
Lilo and Stitch.
Okay, yeah, so exploring, like, the Polynesian.
Hawaii, yeah. So it's innovative.
Have you ever seen Make Mine Music?
No.
I sure haven't either. I've also never seen Meet the Robinsons.
It's watchable. It seems more like a Pixar movie than a Pixar movie.
DreamWorks?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've also never seen Melody Time.
Nope. I got a feeling Melody Time and a bunch of those on the bottom went straight to DVD. VHS, I mean.
Oh, yeah. I have seen Moana.
Straight to the clamshell.
Wait, are you saying Moana's trash?
No. Clamshell VHS case.
Oh.
I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Time.
Moana is very sea-themed.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know if you were...
Nah. I don't love Moana.
Yeah, I've seen it once. Probably... It was after me and Anna were married. Because it was when I was still at the apartment complex and they had a movie night that I had to go to because I half worked there and they needed security.
I would go watchable.
I was going to say good, but... And I mean, I really do feel like it's good.
Yeah, I mean, the ending, I really like the ending.
I think it's good.
Yeah, we'll go good.
Yeah. I have not seen Moana 2.
Moana 2 hasn't came out yet.
Well, then why is it on this list?
I didn't make this shit.
Well, never seen. Mulan.
I feel like this is one I wish I watched more.
Yeah.
So
it's like...
Our pal HT would put in excellent.
Yeah, and so here's what I'm thinking. Like, my brain is, like, not excellent, but like I always do with these lists, I am making myself answer the question, but why? Like, what does Hercules have that I truly believe is excellent that Mulan doesn't? And I think the songs in a Disney movie are the big thing for me. Mulan has Make a Man Out of You.
Keep talking. I'll be back. Laptop's going to die.
Which is really good. But Hercules has the opening song. Has Zero to Hero. So, like, why wouldn't Mulan be excellent? And I don't know that I have an answer for that. So it's like trying to take the whole story beat by beat. Is there a plot issue? Is there a pacing issue? And I really don't think there is. So honestly, I don't really have any reason to not say Mulan's excellent. What do you think?
I'm 28 years old, and I haven't seen that movie in 20 years. So for whatever reason, it just doesn't get watched in the House of Strange Wang. So
yeah, and it's like the only thing that I can think of is that I don't love Mushu. Like, he actually kind of, like, in some ways has similar, like, chaotic vibes to the little demons in Hercules. But he's a good guy. But, like, I really don't, unless you're opposed, I cannot think of a reason why Mulan shouldn't be excellent.
I mean, you can put it there.
Like,
I haven't seen it recently enough to have an opinion.
Yeah. Because it's like, I mean, if there was, like, one more tier, like an S tier, then I would bump Aladdin up and leave those two where they are, probably.
And between great and excellent, terrific, wonderful,
really great, but not excellent. Anyways, Oliver and Company.
I ain't never seen that.
I have not seen that since I was probably in high school. So I'm going to say watchable. Maybe even younger. So I don't know if you remember this, but I think it was Cartoon Network. Yeah, it was Cartoon Network. Every Saturday night.
Films?
Every Saturday night, they had, like, Cartoon Network theater.
What a Disney film.
And they'd play an animated movie. And
what did Disney Channel play that movie?
Well, that's where I saw Oliver and Company, dude. I don't know if I can tell you. All right. This might have been before Disney Channel existed. Sure. You have to remember I'm a little bit older than you.
Disney Channel's been around since, what, 90... It had to be at least 92 because Batman animated series. Right?
That was... Yeah, but I'm talking about Disney Channel. Because I watched Batman the Animated Series on, like...
Cartoon Network. Well, I guess that was Fox Kids.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it was Fox Kids.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'll look at that after. Peter Pan.
Not a huge fan of this movie either. I'll go good.
Well, I was just going to say excellent because my wife loves it, and I guess that I'll put it in great.
Okay. Why does she like it so much?
I don't know. I think it's just something she grew up with. She really likes the book. We actually have, like, you will not find a, like, bless this home or anything, like, super lame like that in our house. I'm pretty sure that we have, like, at least one, maybe two, like, framed quotes from Peter Pan.
That's what those things are from?
The book.
The itching?
Well, some of them are Bible verses.
The etching?
But I'm sure that they are from the book and not from the movie. But anyways. Pinocchio.
It ain't Guillermo del Toro's.
I love Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
It's watchable.
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro's is so great.
So there's a video game coming out. I can't remember what it's called. Oh no, it's already out, and I just haven't played it yet. I think it's called Life of Pi or something like that.
Life of Pi is a movie.
Or it's something, I don't have to look at it. Anyways, it's basically this like super dark take on Pinocchio, where like puppets have like taken over the world, and like yeah, it's just super interesting. But it's not Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. You are correct. I think it's watchable.
Yeah, I would agree.
Pocahontas.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I think. So this is like a case where it's like, yeah, the music in Pocahontas is incredible, but I don't think that the movie itself is that great.
Yeah.
So, Raya and the Last Dragon, which I am just like really disappointed that I haven't seen this.
I was about to say.
I feel like I would love this.
You said disappointed. Great if they made because you could make a TV show from this property because the lineage that the film discusses is deep. Mm-hmm. So they could make a whole new show with different characters and whatnot. And I would actually I would tune in and watch that because I enjoyed that movie so fucking much.
Good. Yeah, I need to watch it for sure. I feel like it's very up my alley. Robin Hood.
As long as they don't have men in tights, it's all right with me, pal.
It does not have men in tights.
It just has animals. I haven't seen this film.
Oh, really? So this was like a childhood staple for me. I watched this all the time when I was growing up. Which is probably why I like Robin Hood Men in Tights so much, because I grew up watching this movie on repeat all the time. And then I guess, well, definitely my dad made the decision that he was finally okay with me watching a Mel Brooks movie. And then so like I loved Robin Hood Men in Tights also. I think it's good. Like looking back on it, I definitely have a lot of nostalgia towards it, but like top to bottom, I think it's good.
Occasionally I'll be robbing in hoods.
That whistling rooster. Well, that's like the most dangerous place to rob.
It very much
so you should be careful.
If you rob a drug dealer, not going to call the cops on you though.
Saludos amigos.
I haven't seen this, but I remember getting the little VHS McDonald's thing. And you open up, has the birds. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have seen this. I was probably like 8 the last time I saw this, and so I don't really feel comfortable putting it in. Like I feel like I've never seen this movie, so I'm gonna put it never seen.
That's fair.
Yeah. Sleeping Beauty.
So again, this is another. I haven't seen this movie in 20 years. Then you get a kid in your life, and sometimes you watch half of it.
Yeah.
I didn't get to the meat and potatoes, so I don't really have an opinion.
Yeah, it's like I think I have more like for this movie than I would if I had the movie on its own, because it's like even though it wasn't a great movie, I still like kind of enjoyed Maleficent a little bit. And then like a lot of these Disney movies, I watched like the first 3 seasons of whatever that show with real people was in it. What was that show called?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. Once Upon a Time?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that like...
I can't believe you watched that. It sounds whack.
It sheds like different lights on some of these. I'm going to say Sleeping Beauty is probably good. Honestly, my most prolific memory of it was watching it when I was like really, really little and thinking that I was just kind of being forced to watch. And when I say really little, I mean like 4 or 5. And being upset that I was being forced to watch like a princess movie. But then that hoe turned into a freaking dragon and I got like legitimately scared.
You said that hoe.
And started crying because it caught me off guard so much. Snow White.
And how you get to watch your son have the same reaction and laugh at him for crying.
I don't know that I'll do that, but I'll be honest with you, I don't like Snow White. I don't know if I think it's trash, but I don't like Snow White.
I haven't seen it in 20 years. Or more, honestly.
Yeah. I'll give it a watchable.
I don't remember it being in the rotation.
Out of respect.
Very often.
I remember being little and thinking the drawers were stupid. Tangled.
Not a fan of this movie.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
It's watchable.
Yeah.
I was expecting so much more. And it just wasn't. It didn't hit the right buttons for me.
Yeah. Tarzan.
This movie's mid. Though watchable.
Really?
Yeah. You take the Phil Collins music out, the movie's trash.
I really like Tarzan. I was going to say great. I guess it's good.
I hate talking monkeys.
That was literally going to be one of my points. is that this movie might be excellent, but I hate talking monkeys. Yeah, I really, really dig Tarzan. I also just really appreciate Disney movies that, again, take like a little bit of a risk. And this movie ends with a dude hanging himself. And I think that's awesome. Ichabod and McToad. Mr. Toad, my bad.
Well, there's a character in that movie who couldn't hang themselves.
It's true.
They're headless.
Right.
They're also horsemen.
Have you seen this?
It's watchable. It's one of those your teacher's going to throw on the last day before, well, I guess they don't have Halloween break.
Really?
You watch this the day of Halloween.
Interesting.
Why?
That just was not my experience. I never watched this in school.
Yeah, they roll out the VHS player and throw it in there.
I mean, like, that happened plenty of times, but it was never that movie.
Yeah.
The Aristocats.
I haven't seen that.
Really?
I'm allergic to cats.
Yeah, I don't like cats. I like the Aristocats, but I think it's good. It's another one where, like, the music really carries it, but, like, the music is also kind of like a central personality trait of one of the characters. Like, he's a jazz musician, essentially, right?
So it's La La Land with cats.
Except one has kids already, which is another really interesting point to it. It's like, this chick's got kids already, and he's like, dealing with that. But yeah, long story short, she's like some rich old lady's cat, and like, she dies, leaves all her inheritance to her cats, which is stupid. But that's like all at the very beginning. So the butler is like, screw that. If the cats die, the will says I get the money. So he tries to throw all the cats in the river. So now these like posh group of the rich lady cats are all on the street, and then they meet this dude who's a tomcat, and he like, the butler shows back up. They gotta get away from the butler. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
It's really good. Music's incredible.
I don't know if I want to see it now.
The Black Cauldron.
No, I haven't seen that.
I remember watching this one a lot when I was younger too. I mean, movies like this probably contribute to why I'm like such a fan of high fantasy stuff now anyways. I want to say good. I think it's good. The Emperor's New Groove.
You still haven't seen this movie yet?
Have not seen this movie.
Oh my god. This is top 5 favorite Disney movies for you, boy. So I'm going to go great.
Dude.
I could go excellent.
You could.
But I'm not.
Couldn't stop you. Wouldn't stop you. The poison for Cusco. Fox and the Hound. I think this is watchable.
Too young to watch it.
I think it's watchable.
To remember.
This movie gets, again, like old Disney doing things that new Disney would never do. Incredibly sad ending. But like the movie as a whole, I don't really dig it. I think it's just watchable, personally. I love dogs and I love foxes. I think they're both fascinating and super interesting creatures. And I felt that way as a kid. And even when I was a kid, this movie like could not hold me. This movie is the exact opposite. I watched this movie so many times when I was a kid. My parents are probably sick of this movie still. It's The Great Mouse Detective.
Place it where you want to then. Another one. I feel like if I haven't seen it in at least 20 years, I don't have a take on it.
Yeah, I rewatched this probably like 5-6 years ago. I think it holds up in a lot of ways. I want to say it's great just because me personally, like, I love the vibe. It's a very dark, kind of brutish movie, which is not what you get with animated, especially Disney, very often. So it definitely gets some points for that, but like being real, it probably just belongs in the good category. Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I just remember just not liking this movie as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's tough for me because this is another one. Like,
what's her name? Esmeralda.
I haven't.
She a baddie.
I haven't seen this one in a really long time. I have watched a lot of videos of people dissecting the themes of this movie a lot, and it actually has some like really dark stuff because kind of the whole thing about this movie is that the priest is just super horny for Esmeralda, who's a gypsy, which makes it taboo in the first place because gypsies were super looked down on in that culture. and then you throw in Quasimodo, who's being stashed away because he's ugly. And then, like, this whole story about how Quasimodo ended up with the creepy priest in the first place. There's a lot going on in this movie. There really is. But I also haven't actually watched the movie in probably, like, 15 years. Yeah. So I don't really know what to do with it.
I mean, I can't blame the priest. It's a Catholic priest, right?
I don't know.
Well, if he is...
Oh, well, yeah, it's Notre Dame. So
yeah, I mean, at least he's not trying to fuck choir boys. So
I don't know that he really should get bonus points for that. But
Esmeralda's a baddie, dude.
Yeah, but he has this whole plot of, like, basically kidnapping her and, like, he's fucking creepy. You don't want to be... This is not the dude you want to be back in. Trust me. I don't know, watchable?
Sure.
Since we don't know what to do with it?
Sure.
Yeah. The Jungle Book.
That
trash.
Ending sucks. It's watchable. I want to go trash.
I agree.
The music is so good.
But, again, this just kind of... Like, okay... I understand that I advocated for a lot of talking animal movies being high up on this list. Most of these talking animal movies are not them talking to a person. I hate humans and talking animals interacting. I don't know what it is. I just think it's so dumb.
That movie is great until the third act.
Like, give me Tarzan over that any day. Tarzan is just an infinitely better version of this movie. The snake was cool. I remember liking the snake when I was little. The Lion King.
Excellent.
Easy.
And goated.
So good. It's got everything. It's got the story. It's got the music. It's freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
Little Mermaid.
20 plus.
I think it's good. It's got some bangers. It's got a really interesting story.
Definitely one I need to rewatch.
Got some, like, dark turns. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Isn't it just, like, TV episodes shot into a movie?
I don't know.
Right?
Like, Winnie the Pooh is, like... His stories are all so wholesome. It's like... there's plenty of these other movies that I want to show my kid... But, like, this is also the kind of stuff that I want him to take in.
Yeah.
Because, like, it does have just really good, like, themes of kindness and friendship and, like, just being good and, like, wholesome in general.
Real question.
So,
where's the Tigger movie at?
That's a good question.
Where's Lion King 1.5?
We didn't make this, so I don't have an answer for you. I've never seen this, though, that I know of.
Nah.
So.
Not that I know of either.
Bink. The Princess and the Frog.
Haven't seen it either.
Yeah, again, it's a tough one because it's been so long since I've seen it. But, like, I know enough about it to where I feel like I could rank it. It's like, to me, this is almost in this same Great Mouse Detective category where this has, like, a bunch of, like, kind of, like, has a very dark vibe at times. Like, while I do not believe in it at all, I think, like, voodoo and stuff like that is super interesting. Like, the whole darker side of, like, Cajun and, like, Louisiana type culture is super fascinating to me. You probably have Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island to thank for that.
Yeah.
And this has a lot of that in it, but I don't really dig the Frog Prince, so, nah. The Rescuers.
Good. Solid rotation. Oh, shit. Fuck.
What? Oh, when did that happen?
I actually don't think I've ever seen that movie.
Oh, really?
I'm getting it confused with the next one.
You know, I was about to say, are you thinking of The Rescuers Down Under, which is right there?
Yeah, I don't think...
yeah, so the original Rescuers is the one where, like, on the original release, the animators put, like, a clip from the pornography scene in the window and all that stuff. I've never seen this. I have seen The Rescuers Down Under. I have never seen The Rescuers.
I remember Rescuers Down Under VHS cover very vividly.
Yeah.
That's a good solid rotation to break up, you know.
Yeah,
I haven't seen this in a while. I would go good.
Yeah, I agree. If I can get it there. Bing. Nope.
Oh, hell, Ricky. You're fucking up the list.
Sword in the Stone.
I don't think I've seen that.
I mean, it's just kind of like
yeah, it's a retelling.
It's just a Disney King Arthur. I think it's watchable. I don't think there's
Sure.
anything special about it. The Three Caballeros.
Oh, we already did that one.
No, we did
The one with
Saludos
Donald Duck.
Amigos.
No, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I know that I did see it when I was really little, but I don't remember anything about it. Treasure Planet.
Underrated. It doesn't feel like a Disney movie. It's in that weird era where
They were trying
Atlantis.
stuff. Yeah. I think
I
Atlantis
want to
is
watch
better.
it again.
Yeah.
So I mean, where were you at?
I think Atlantis is better, but I don't...
I would go good.
Yeah, I would
Just
say
'cause,
good or
like,
great.
I would want to rewatch it again before.
Man, I'm getting really bad at this.
You have. You took 2 months off and
Yeah.
fucking everything up.
Oh, I got it in good. Great. Yeah, I need to rewatch Treasure Planet too.
Yeah.
I really do. Winnie the Pooh.
There's just too much Winnie the Pooh content out there to differentiate it.
Yeah, I truly don't know if I've seen these or not. I really
Yeah.
don't. And then finally, Wreck-It Ralph.
Great.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like, so when I saw this movie, I wasn't trying to see this movie. It was just the second movie at... So we have a drive-in theater that's like an hour away from where we live.
All of the double features.
And they pretty much only do double features. And so Wreck-It Ralph was the second movie played behind Inside Out. And so I got to see Inside Out and Wreck-It Ralph on the same night. And I was there to see Inside Out, and it turns out Wreck-It Ralph is also a really good movie. I don't know why it was Wreck-It Ralph, because they weren't released at the same time, but it was.
You're a video game guy, so I'm surprised you didn't gravitate to that sooner.
Well, it's just because, like, anytime they ever try to do anything video game related in movies, it's almost always bad. Like, but, like, I like kind of taking the idea of games and just kind of, like, flipping it in a certain way, which is what Wreck-It Ralph does.
Takes
Like,
old characters.
Yeah, and I understand. So, yeah, Wreck-It Ralph specifically takes, like, it almost does a Toy Story thing with classic toys instead. It's classic video game characters. And it's like the only other like video game premised movie that I've ever really liked was Ready Player One, and it kind of does some of the same things. So
You didn't fuck with the wizard?
not really.
Like we usually do, we rank the highest tier, which is pretty much already ranked. If you want to drag a line, King 2 over to the left, I'm good with that. I mean, my ranking personally.
Yeah, I think that Aladdin is a little bit better than The Lion King. But I understand that that's like not always the most popular opinion, but
I would have to watch Mulan again. I would probably bump Mulan down and push Emperor's New Groove. If I made this by myself, I would put Emperor's New Groove and Ride the Last Dragon in excellent.
Well, you could have, because I didn't see either of them, and you told me to put them there.
That is fair.
So
But
if you want to...
I'm trying to make it like...
Yeah,
coincide. I really want you to watch Ride the Last Dragon.
I really
Get
want
your
to.
opinion on
I
that.
think I own it.
Odd.
I know I own Kubo and the Two Strings, which for some reason I always relate those two movies. But
Kubo was so fucking good, dude.
but I still haven't watched it. But
Dude.
maybe I'll do that soon. Is there anything in Great that I would bump up?
Great's very tight.
Yeah. Like...
It's a tight category.
Yeah. I don't think so. If it
Really?
Again, if it wasn't for Talking Monkeys, I dig Tarzan that much.
Damn, I thought you was going Beauty and the Beast.
That was my second choice, but I also just generally think that, like, plot-wise and storytelling, like, there are moments where it's lacking. But I think, I mean, if I saw a tier list and someone had Beauty and Beast and Excellent, I certainly wouldn't argue it.
Yeah.
But...
Well, that's our tier list of Disney films. Let us know your decisions in the comment section down below. Score like up the like button, share the video, and subscribe.